ESPN2. Check out ESPN's MMA show, Good Guy Bad, ESPN Plus. You can also listen wherever you get your podcast.
All right, here we go, round two, heavyweight.
That's me and Chael every Monday and Thursday. Do not miss it.
Co-main event between former training partners Sergey Pavlovich and Alexander Volkov.
Jab, jab, right, cross. That's what they're calling for.
We see Volkov.
So the corner of Volkov, left, left, right. Pavlovich here, advancing.
Has realized a second round in his UFC career thus.
Early, but it's kind of stopped already.
First time Pavlovich hit for.
Yeah, that's a great point, John. Definitely worth pointing out.
Appreciable damage now around that left knee of Pavlovich. The inside leg kick is there for Volkov.
And on the nose as well. I mean, they always say having that kind of power that Pavlovich does, it's kind of a gift and a curse. You kind of rely. History has shown that you can do it in almost every single fight, and it a little bit when you can put people to sleep with one shot. And do you really push yourself to go 3 rounds that are forgiven if he did take it a little lightly on the hard pace? I'm not saying he doesn't. What I'm saying is you could beat the outside.
Well, I think what happens with those types of guys, the output, they do enough to try to find one shot. Right now, they don't do enough to have sustained. You see Volkov kind of controlling the pace of the fight. And Sergey's doesn't seem willing to put out the wait until he finds an opportunity to try to knock him out. He just effort in the amount of strikes that he's going to need to find an opening.
Yeah, I'm going to say Volkov's doing a really good job of using a very...
Because with a guy like Volkov, he's not going to leave you in
attack. This is the danger. That's the danger zone. Stand.
Change what your instinct tells you to do. Alexander Volkov
in there and throwing down and trading.
But how do you look off as a fighter?
Right.
So when he gets put in a firefight, he won't stand there and fight.
Fight with fire.
I mean, you fought one of the greatest power punchers in UFC history.
Of course, absolutely, and rightly so.
Well, twice, right? The late Anthony Rumble Johnson, but you're wrestling.
He's wrestling. Derek Lewis too. He punched me. I wrestled him. He wrestled him, but these guys don't wrestle. Right. Yeah, you just wrestle these guys. But when you are forced to stand, he just cannot shut off at all. He's got to stay locked in. Look, Volkov is fighting the same type of fight he did against Derek. He hold 15 minutes because if he can, Mike, Sergey.
Volkov's doing a great job though, using that lead.
We'll allow for the fight to play out just like this.
Like, as I said before, mixing up the kicks. Just a very, that one trick that he has is earth-shattering attack. Pavlovich, I'm not going to say he's a one-trick pony because he's really good. Puts people to sleep. But it is pretty...
It's going to take Sergey Pavlovich putting together a combination.
Pretty much for the most part, just a boxing approach right now.
He wants to get to Volkov.
Hey, and by the way, I'm not criticizing Pavlovich.
No, you don't.
No.
There's like an indent.
I do not need him.
Yeah.
Getting mad at me, coming from
nation, Michael, on the lead leg of Pavlovich from some of those kicks. We'll see if he goes high.
Yeah, and that's
calf kicks from Volkov. His corner, incidentally, calling for the high.
It's going to affect his ability to explode, obviously.
You know, one of the biggest issues that Alexander Volkov had earlier in his career. But this is what Alexander fighting long looks like. Where it was that people said he didn't fight long enough. He's fighting long now. It's hard for guys to get in range. It's hard for guys to find offense.
Oh, that's a nice stick.
Because he's so big and so tall. Oh, he hurt him.
Yeah, I think so.
I think Pavlovich hurt him.
Pavlovich landed a big shot. About a minute as Volkov was mixing up his weapon to go in round two. Kick out of the orthodox stance there by Volkov. Nice.
That's nice.
Chopping hammer fist from Volkov.
Volkov, for the most part, though, is controlling the fight. I mean, you see that he's got a very as tired as quickly. Pavlovich, I think he can very relaxed demeanor about him, so therefore, you know, he's not going to get sense that he's kind of fighting on the back foot and he's behind, tired.
And I mean, look at the left eye of Pavlovich.
Correct.
Yeah, he's behind.
Yeah, the mouth is open. He's looking a little.
Whenever it turns. I mean, you see the blood coming from the nose, but there he's putting that jab right on that eye, man.
Yeah, and he's banging up that.
It's a big black mouse. Look at that right.
Yeah.
Look at his eye.
A lead leg as well.
Великолепный раунд.